Hebron, a city where prophets are remembered, faiths converge, and history is never just in the past. It is one of the oldest, continuously inhabited cities in the world, yet also one of the most contested. Home to the tomb of the Patriarchs, sacred to Jews, Muslims, and Christians alike, Hebron is not only a place of prayer, but also a focal point of conflict and identity. So what is Hebron, and why does it matter? To understand Hebron, we begin with its geography. The city lies in the southern West Bank, about 30 kilometers or 19 miles south of Jerusalem. It sits among rolling limestone hills, olive groves, and vineyards. This fertile land has supported life for millennia, making Hebron one of the world's most ancient cities still inhabited today. Hebron is also a holy city in Judaism, second only to Jerusalem, and one of the four cities traditionally considered sacred, along with Tiberias and Safed. In Islam, Hebron, known as Al-Khalil, meaning the friend, a reference to Abraham, the friend of God, is ranked just behind Mecca, Medina, and Jerusalem in spiritual importance. Even its very landscape holds memory: terraced hillsides, winding alleys, and a skyline dominated by the great walls of the tomb of the Patriarchs. Hebron is not just a city. It is a living archive of the past. The story of Hebron stretches back into the mists of antiquity. Archaeological evidence reveals that people lived here as far back as the Bronze Age, over 3,500 years ago. In the Hebrew Bible, Hebron is mentioned as the place where Abraham pitched his tent and where he purchased the cave of Machpelah to bury his wife Sarah. That cave would become the burial site of the patriarchs and matriarchs of Israel: Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob and Leah. For Jews, this story makes Hebron one of the foundations of their heritage. It was also in Hebron that David, before becoming king of all Israel, reigned for 7 years. In many ways, Hebron was the first capital of the biblical kingdom before Jerusalem. But Hebron's story is not just Jewish. The Canaanites, the Israelites, and later the Edomites all lived here. Each left their mark on the land. Hebron was a crossroads, a place where cultures collided, exchanged, and sometimes clashed. At the heart of Hebron stands the tomb of the Patriarchs, known in Arabic as the Ibrahimi Mosque. This site is one of the oldest continuously used places of worship in the world. King Herod, the Roman ruler of Judea in the 1st century BCE, built the massive stone walls that still enclose the tomb. Later, during the Byzantine period, a church was erected here. After the Islamic conquest, the building was transformed into a mosque. The site is believed to contain the remains of Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob and Leah. This makes it holy to Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike. Yet over the centuries, this shared reverence has also been the source of contention. Hebron has long been a center of Jewish life and devotion. Pilgrims have journeyed here for thousands of years, drawn by the tomb of the Patriarchs. Jewish communities thrived here intermittently, even as empires rose and fell around them. However, the city's Jewish population has often faced violence. One of the most tragic episodes was the 1929 Hebron massacre, when dozens of Jews were killed during widespread anti-Jewish riots. The survivors were evacuated, and the Jewish community only returned decades later, after 1967, when Israel took control of the West Bank. Today, Jewish settlers live in Hebron alongside Palestinian residents. Religious devotion continues to be central to their lives, with synagogues, study halls, and celebrations marking the cycles of Jewish tradition. Hebron remains a living testament to Jewish history, memory, and resilience. Hebron is equally significant in Islam. Known as Al-Khalil, the friend of God, the city honors Abraham as a prophet. The Ibrahimi Mosque, encompassing the tomb of the Patriarchs, has been a center of Muslim worship for centuries. Throughout Islamic history, Hebron was administered by various Muslim rulers, including the Umayyads, Abbasids, Mamluks, and Ottomans. It became a spiritual hub, hosting scholars, travelers, and pilgrims. Muslim residents developed a unique cultural identity, blending local traditions with religious life centered on the mosque. Even today, Hebron's Muslim community preserves centuries-old customs, from Friday prayers at the mosque to festivals and market traditions, keeping the city's spiritual heartbeat alive. Hebron's Christian significance is often less recognized, but equally important. During the Byzantine era, churches were established, connecting Hebron to broader pilgrimage networks. The Crusaders later fortified parts of the city, and Christian pilgrims continued to visit the tomb of the Patriarchs as part of their sacred journey through the Holy Land. Christianity in Hebron highlights the city's layered religious history, showing how Abraham's story resonates across three faiths. Even today, Christian pilgrims pass through Hebron, reflecting on its biblical heritage and the shared histories of faith that define the city. Modern Hebron is a city of contrasts. Its historic center, H2, is under Israeli control, with heavily monitored streets and checkpoints. The rest of the city, H1, is administered by the Palestinian Authority. This division makes Hebron one of the most tightly controlled cities in the West Bank. Despite these tensions, Hebron thrives economically. It is known for its glass and ceramic workshops, stone quarries, olive groves, and vineyards. Its bustling markets sell grapes, olives, textiles, and handicrafts, maintaining a link to the city's historic trade tradition. Yet daily life here is also shaped by conflict. Movement is restricted, interactions between communities are fraught, and security incidents occasionally flare into violence. Hebron is not just a city frozen in history, it is a city living under the pressures of modern political realities. Hebron is more than a physical place. It is a symbol of devotion and faith, a touchstone for three major religions. It is a city where past and present collide, where stories of Abraham echo through centuries of struggle, worship, and resilience. At the same time, Hebron represents the complexity of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The city embodies the challenges of coexistence, the tension between heritage and politics, and the human cost of divisions that stretch back generations. Understanding Hebron means seeing the intertwining of faith, history, and human experience. It is a city where every stone has a story, and every street reflects a living history of triumphs, tragedies, and resilience. Hebron matters because it is more than a city. It is a living archive of human history, a spiritual crossroads, and a reflection of both devotion and division. Whether you come for its ancient stones, its sacred sites, or to witness its complex, modern reality, Hebron offers a window into the past and the present. It reminds us that history is never static, that faith is never simple, and that the human story is often written in the cities we inhabit. So the next time you hear the name Hebron, remember, it is a city where faith and struggle meet, where memory and hope coexist, and where the story of humanity continues to unfold. If you've enjoyed this journey through Hebron, its ancient past and its complex present, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more explorations of history, faith, and the places where they meet.